Each afternoon, real setups are broken down with entry strategies and the technical reasoning behind every trade. This is today's best trade setups with verified investing.
The US 10-year ended up hitting resistance before our level. The S&P 500 got a nice bounce of the gap fill. US oil is continuing to come in and the markets are inching higher. Not the entire markets. However, there are the majority of the semiconductors continuing to head higher. I do have some levels for some long plays if they continue to sell off. Welcome, everybody. My name is Benjamin Poole, head trader here at Verified Investing. With today's best trade setups, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about the 10-year yield first. I did mention that we had this resistance level at 4.70 on the 10-year yield. Right before that, the S&P 500 got into a gap in the charts, and now we're having a decent sell-off in the US 10-year. Let's jump into the SPY. Yesterday, $731.53. Minor gap in the charts. However, look at how well this thing played out. On the upside, we are looking at an upside target of $748.17. For a potential rejection level off of this gap in the charts. Now that we've confirmed that we've already broken this upswing trend line that we've been monitoring for quite some time. If we can get a nice bid to the upside again or a continued move, 748.17 is my level. For those of you who are a little bit more aggressive, you would be looking for 743.69 for a day trade scalp on the S&P 500. The QQQ, similar price action, got really close to the gap in the charts right here at $694.91. Reattack this upswing trend line. This upswing trend line goes way, way back. If you haven't seen it, go back to my previous video. I go over it there. Here's the upswing trend line that we're currently monitoring, though. Pivot low here, secondary hit, third hit, fourth hit. Look at how many times this upswing trend line has been hit. Finally broke below it. Confirmed it on yesterday's close. Even though it was a green bar candle, it was still down on the day. Caught support on this upswing trend line, and now we're heading higher. My first resistance level is sitting right here at $713.29 on the QQQ. For a swing trade short, it's $719.85. And the reason I like that is because we've confirmed this breakdown. If it does get back into this gap in the charts, a stop out would just be any daily closing basis with confirmation above $722 after this breakdown. This is showing signs of weakness, and the Qs should start rolling over, even with the US 10-year coming in. The USO chart I was mentioning, 151.26, and never confirmed above that level. And then look at this sell-off. All of a sudden, we had an over 6.5% move to the downside from the highs. That is a pretty big move. Caught a nice bounce off of this gap in the charts at $143.01. If we can get a continued fall, here is what I'm looking at. For those who are aggressive, 138.60. Not only is this upswing trend line, look at this. Pivot low here, broke it here. However, we have this additional information right here on this chart from the 7th of May, 2026. If price action can get right at this gap in the charts, as well as this upswing trend line of 138.60, this is where you would exit your short and then potentially switch this into a long trade for a little bit of a bounce. Once this upswing trend line does break on the chart of USO, then we're going to head quite a bit lower. Your next support is going to be down to 133.75, but I think it's eventually coming back down into 127.46. It's going to take a while for USO to finally eventually flush out below $100 whole round number. It will get there. It just really depends on what happens with this previous gap in the charts at 151.26. If we can recapture it to the upside with confirmation, then we're going to surge to the upside. STX had a nice bounce. It did flush this gap in the charts, headed all the way down to sub $700. Then all of a sudden you had this nice bounce, 8.5%, 9% bounce. If we can get a little bit more of a push to the upside, $795.47 is a previous gap in the charts, which is where I would look to short this. It has not confirmed this broken upswing trend line that I have, but it's still a good shortable level for a scalp at $795.47. SOXX is ripping to the upside. I had this long level, 42.73. Look at this gap. Before this move to the upside, this was a 10% move. came back in, dropped almost 9.5%, flushed that level, and now all of a sudden we're surging to the upside. My aggressive level is this opening candle of this red bar, basically a red bar candle high at $518.02. This is your aggressive level, even though it's already pierced that level, knowing I've got additional resistance at 520. Those of you who are a little bit more conservative, you would look for an entry price on the SOXX at $522.21. Nvidia never got into my long level at $216.61. I'm still monitoring this upswing trend line. If we can pull back to 212.47, that is a swing trade long level for me on Nvidia, because I can always stop out on a daily closing basis with confirmation above this, or excuse me, below this downsloping, this upsloping trend line, and you could stop out of the trade. But right now, this upsloping trend line is keeping it intact, as it's done several times before. And so that is why I'd look to enter this for a long play. I will caveat with that saying, earnings is being released today after the close. We have to see after what happens 3 to 4 days, and then we can make a decision on where Nvidia settles out. We do have anticipation that Nvidia is going to beat on earnings. Doesn't guarantee an exit price or an entry price for a short or a long. What we have to do is see where it settles, and then all of a sudden we can make a decision on whether we go long or short for a potential swing trade. We can day trade it. However, swing trades are a little bit different, and it takes a few days to settle in. CRWV, I still like this long level at $92 if we can get another sell-off in CRWV. OKLO has this nice gap in the charts, $53.94. That was a beautiful long play for yesterday. On a short side, you are going to have some resistance, previous gap in the charts at $62.54 if we can get another continued surge to the upside. OKLO is still looking pretty strong. This is not only a day trade, but it was a potential swing trade level, knowing you've got additional support at $50.18. ARM is being a monster today. It got close to $260. If you zoom into the 1 minute time frame, as you can see, it got as high as $259.44. That is going to be your resistance, $259.44. If it does pierce $260.07, this is where I'm going to go short on ARM today. This is a massive move. Had a ton of support at 208.84, and now all of a sudden we're trading well above that, currently 23% above that level. It's a great shortable level, knowing that it could head higher, but still opportunity for a swing trade short and a day trade short. The difference between a day trade short and a swing trade short is day trade short, I'm going to go heavier in my position. Swing trade short, I'm going to go a lighter position as far as my overall portfolio, because I like to maneuver through trades. Hasbro is getting a nice drawdown today. Had a nice bounce right at the open. So this green bar candle right here opened up at $88.97. Try to push above this upsloping trend line. For me, if we get another drawdown, $87.90, low pivot here, secondary pivot here, previous gap in the charts. For a day trade, this is where I'm looking to pick this up for long. It did have earnings, so I can't touch this until it drops even more. I would love to pick this thing up now that we're below this this upsloping trend line at $81.86. Pivot top here, a ton of price consolidation. And now that, again, that we've broken this upsloping trend line, it favors a continued move to the downside. Last but not least is Reddit. Reddit is coming into a really strong support level. Nice pivot low here. 143.30 is where I'd like to pick this up for a day trade. Not a swing trade, but a day trade. It is showing a little bit more signs of weakness with the market being up. Reddit is continuing to get hammered. You should get a bounce at 143.30, knowing that I can always stop out on a 15-minute closing basis below these low pivots, and then look for another previous gap in the charts sitting right here at $131.07. This is starting to get really intriguing for a potential swing trade level if we can get another continued sell-off. Still needs to drop from its current levels to about $13, and that's actually a pretty decent sell-off on the chart of Reddit. So that's what I'm looking forward to going into the future. That's what I have for you guys. Thank you so much. I know this was short and sweet. I have to get back to the live day trading room. I am in a Soxel trade on the short side. So I'm basically taking a leverage position on the SOXX. That's how much conviction I have that we're overly extended on the SOXX chart. But that's just for me and the people in the live day trading room. If you're a little bit more conservative, you wait for that secondary level. So if you guys are getting something out of this, please go ahead and hit that like button real quick. And then please consider subscribing to the channel, ringing that bell so you can get notified when these videos go out. So that's what I have for you guys. You guys have a great rest of your day, and take care.